What is going on, guys? It's Morbid Knight today, again with you here on Paroli Productions, and what I'm going to show you today is my VATS Super Ninja build. That's right. So I'm gonna just let you know that I've played this build probably for like the past, I would say 30 hours I've put into this, and it is epic, alright? It hits hard, it's fun to play, and it's built mainly around two weapons, but I do actually have other alternatives for you. But anyways, I'm just gonna I'm gonna show you this build, I'm gonna let you see how some of this works, and we are gonna get into the nitty-gritty gruts about this epicness, guys, because it is amazing. And if any of you guys are starting a new character and want to play something different, or if this is your first time into Fallout and you just want to know a little bit about how you can have a fun, amazing character that has hard-hitting, hard impact value, but also is just fun to play, this is the character for you. So what we're going to get into first is we're going to show you some of the actual perks that we used on this character, and I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of how we started off this character in general. So to start this out, we are going to be you're going to notice that essentially for this game, the main things that we have all of our perks in are perception and agility. So when you get chose from the onset what you want to put your perks into, I suggest that you start off with perception being at least 4 and agility being at least 6, maybe 7. And and after that I would say strength, I would put that up to 2 or 3, just for carrying capacity so you can carry more items. I would put your endurance, at around 1 or 2, depending on what your preferences are for how much you want to run. I would say intelligence, I went around 3, and then for luck I went around 3 or 4. And again, all of those variables are they can be played around with depending on your play style and exactly what you want to do, but I would say go high in perception, and the highest one that you need to go into is agility. So after you have gotten your agility, after you've gotten your perception and picked all of your base stats in the beginning when you're given the ability to do so, what we start doing is we start working in Gunslinger. And Gunslinger only requires agility level 1. The next perk you can get for that is 7. And Gunslinger, what it's going to do is you're going to be able to channel the spirit of the Old West, right? And that is going to give you 20% for the first perk, more damage with non-automatic pistols. After that, it goes up to 40% more damage, and you have increased range. After that, it goes to 60% more damage, and the range is increased even further. And then it's 80%, your attacks can disarm opponents. And then after that, finally, at level 42, non-automatic pistols will do double damage, and it has a chance to disarm your opponents and even cripple a limb. Now, after that, what we started going into was sneak, and sneak is super important. Now, the first thing that requires is agility level 3, which you should have base stats starting out. So I go Gunslinger first, just so you can have a little bit of power, and then after that you get the first part of sneak. And sneak at first makes you 20% harder to detect while sneaking. And this one should be paired immediately afterwards with Ninja. Alright, and Ninja is going to be the one that you could even do Ninja first, and then after that do sneak. But I do sneak first because the benefits that you get off sneaking and being able to get away from enemies is apparent. But then after that I immediately would put one into Ninja. And so Ninja, your ranged sneak attacks now do 3.5 normal damage, and melee attacks do 10 times normal damage. When you get this all the way up, so that'll be 2.5 at first, and then it goes up to 3, and then it goes up to 3.5. And all of this is just amazing for when you're sneaking around, when you have that sneak ability. Alright, after this, what I start out with after this is I go into the Mr. Sandman, alright? And so Mr. Sandman is another perk that you can get off the bat that's going to be epic. And Mr. Sandman, it gives you the ability to kill a person in their sleep. But not only this, and this is something that many people have looked over when ignoring this perk, is the fact that silenced weapons at first do an additional 15% damage, then 30%, and then 50% more damage. So all of this is going to be based around silenced weapons, so this is a must-have perk for this build in order for you to get maximum kill potential with it. The other things that you see that we have put on, I've chosen to go up in Rifleman because pistols are great at close range, but for long range you want to be able to be silent and deadly and hard hitting with them too, so I went in that. The next thing that you need to be sure to get is right down here, Action Boy. So it requires agility level 5, and it makes it so that your action points regenerate faster. Now, the reason why this is so important is because this is going to be a VATS ninja build. All right, so we are going to be using VATS a lot, and it's going to have so much apparent benefit when we get further into this video and I show you exactly how it works. So I get Action Boy off the go. The other thing that I did, and this is preferential, but I went ahead and I got Idiot Savant. And Idiot Savant means that you can get 3 times XP at first from any action, and the lower your intelligence, the more chance you have. The next perk you get at level 11 gives you 5 times XP from any action, alright? So this will help you level up a lot faster, and just randomly going out through the world, you just get to see, you just get to go full retard and get 5 times the XP. Alright, I stopped at there, I didn't go up to the 3rd level yet. Alright, the other thing that we're going to be doing here is armor mods and gun mods. So gun nut, I would say get that early on too. At least get rank 1, and then when you hit level 13, get rank 2 gun nut. Alright, so this is going to allow you to make your pistols hit harder. Because remember, we're going Gunslinger. We're going Gunslinger, and as we go Gunslinger, you are going to find that with the modifications that you can put on your pistols, once you get your pistols hitting up to 20, 30, 40, 50 points of damage, and then you get that modifier for Gunslinger, you get the modifier for the sneak attack, you get the modifier if it's silence from Mr. Sandman, this thing is just going to wreck. So be sure not to skimp with gun nut. Be sure to be able to mod your weapons and be able to mod them early, and it's going to help you. And might I add that I've played this entire build on survival the whole way through, and never once have I felt at a disadvantage. Never once have I felt like my killing potential was in any way diminished. This thing hits hard straight from the get as long as you follow these perk trees. After that, I went into lockpicking. Obviously, that's something you need. And further on, once you get to agility level 10. And I would say, remember, don't put all 10 points into agility. If you're going to max it out, go up to 9. And then at 9 points agility, go get the agility bobblehead. Alright? If you get the agility bobblehead, that is going to give you that last perk. And then you can start working on Gun Fu. And what Gun Fu does is you've earned you've learned how to do the ancient martial arts of gunplay, and you do 25% more damage to your second VATS target and beyond. The next perk gives you 50% more damage to your 3rd target and beyond. Alright, so this is huge for wiping out groups of people. Alright, some other important perks that I've done is obviously I've gotten Locksmith, alright, that's important. If you want to do Hacker, you can do that. I haven't done any of it. If I need to hack something, I just take Nick Valentine with me. That's kind of my thing, alright? But the thing is you can get all of those things, and then the other perk that I did on here that you'll be able to see is Sniper. So you have improved control, hold your breath longer while aiming down the scopes, and all of this is good for your long-range weapons. Now, to show you kind of other things that I've done to make this build fantastic is I've went and I have found every single covert operations manual. So there's 10 of them in the entire game, and every single one of them gives you a buff to your sneak. Every single one of them makes your sneaking ability just a little bit better, right? Just a little bit better. And so this sneaking ability that you have, it makes you harder to detect while sneaking. Okay, so all of this is going to build into our VATS Ninja build. So in our weapons, as you can see here, so weapons, we are building this entire game basically revolves around 2 weapons, and I'm going to show you these 2 weapons right now. The first one is the Deliverer. Alright, now let's look at this thing. Alright, when we look at this Deliverer, this thing has an improved VATS hit chance. So that means that you already get improved VATS with it, and it costs you 25% less action points. So you can use VATS with this thing all day, and if you have Action Boy all the way put out, you don't ever have to worry about running out of VATS. And you're going to constantly have crits, you're constantly going to get hard. Epic, amazing, love it. Alright, so right now as you can see, I have this damage at 77. Alright, but when I shoot in sneak mode with this, since it's silenced, and since I have the ninja perk, I am doing 5.3 times the damage. So when you look at that, you are doing more with one shot of this in sneak mode than a fat man is doing. Alright, and the fire rate on it is almost 100. So it's like you can VATS multiple targets and take out an entire crowd more efficiently, cheaper, and with more hitting power than than you could do with a Fat Man. Isn't that awesome? That's fucking amazing, right? And it only weighs 6.8 pounds as opposed to what, like 400 that the Fat Man weighs? I know, I'm obviously being facetious and exaggerating here and speaking in hyperbole, but the point remains, this pistol is awesome, it hits hard, and I'm going to link you to a video where you can find this pistol. You get it from doing the railroad quest, from doing the first railroad quest, and you get this deliverer pistol. The next gun that we base this around is the Overseer Guardian. Alright, so the Overseer Guardian is a semi-automatic, high-range sniper rifle that shoots an additional projectile, and I have it silenced, as you can see, so I get that perk with it as well. But you can't get a silence at level 39, but that's still fine, because still with the sneak attacks and with everything else, you're still going to be doing plenty of enough damage with this thing, and it can fire rounds fast. It can fire rounds fast, let me tell you. You see 33 there, it's basically as fast as you can pull the trigger, you're going to be able to shoot this weapon. So this one is gotten from the arms dealer in Vault 81, and I will show you where all of this stuff is, and right now, in fact, I can just show you right here on the map exactly where you can get this. Vault 81 is right here. As you can see, it is right beneath College Square, the Cambridge Police Station, right to the left of this little pond. And if we go straight up from Sanctuary, we see that it is southeast. You see the river bend and you see Vault 81 right here. You can just mark it on your map and you can go there, and if you have the money to buy it, you can get it. I would suggest maybe putting a couple points into cheaper vendor prices as well, because you get more for selling stuff and you get more money from it. And secondly, for the railroad, for when you're going to the railroad, if you want to get the deliverer pistol, you go right around here to the Boston Common, and you will find a statue. And this statue, you'll see a red trail on the ground, and we'll go there and we'll look at it. And this red trail, you can follow it. You follow the entire rail trail. It'll lead you to the North Church is where it leads you to. And I don't see this right on here right now, but it'll lead you to the North Church. And once you're at the church, all you have to do is you'll go to a little puzzle that has a little spinning wheel, and that spinning wheel, you just have to spell out railroad on it so you can start those quests. And that's literally how you do it. But you can start off this quest by going to the Boston Commons, or you can skip by just going straight to the Old North Church right here. See this right here, right to the left of the airport. You can see it right here. It's, right where this curve is, where the main river leads out into the ocean. It is right on the tippy top right here. So you can go to the Old North Church. You go downstairs in the Old North Church, and you can do that. So I am just going to shut up, and I'm going to give you some play scenes, and I'm going to let you see this awesome build in action.
Okay, here we go. Just out Friday number 9. Now, before you jump the gun on anything, this is supposed to be like a house party type song like 2004. So sing it.
It's just sick.
It's ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me The clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let
Just ridiculous. Just fucking ridiculous. The other thing that I would like to show you quick too is kind of like my armor and kind of what I decided to go with for my armor build. Now for all my armor that I have, you want to keep your armor light. I don't use power armor ever. I haven't literally once put on power armor this entire game. This entire game I've never worn power armor because I want to be sneaky. And so what I do is right now I basically have, obviously armor mod perks, and I have armor fatigues that I wear, which gives me +1 to my strength, so that helps me since I don't have a huge amount in the strength, and gives me +1 to my agility. Alright, so then I have the Synthless Arm, which grants increasing energy damage resistance to lower your health. I have a Chameleon Shadowed Right Metal Arm, where it makes me turn invisible when I crouch, and also while you're sneaking and not moving. I have a Powered Synth Left Leg, which increases action refresh point. I have a Silver Shroud Hat, which gives me 1 to perception, and that 1 to my perception obviously helps as well too with VATS. I have a 10% reduction in VATS from my chest piece, and a 10% reduction in VATS from my right leg. So all of this stuff is important, all of this stuff is super critical, and the one thing also that I would tell you to do, that is going to work out for you amazingly well, is go find McCready as your companion. And I have a video that'll show you how to quickly get him to max affinity with you, and you can get him to max affinity, and he gives you a little toy soldier that gives you a perk that you get plus 25% higher chance to hit headshots when in VATS because of this. Right now, however, for some reason, it's glitched and it's broken, and it's literally 95% headshots no matter where you're at. I could be on the dark side of the moon and hit him from the other side of the equator, and it would still be 95% headshot. I can just see a corner of his head, just a little tiny corner of his head coming through side of cover, hit VATS and shoot it, and it's 95%. They're probably going to fix this soon. I wouldn't expect it to stay around forever, but right now it's super fun to get, and it's not hard to get, and I will link you guys with plenty of resources and materials to get that full affinity with McCready. You can find him at the 3rd rail. He's easy to catch. You're gonna love it. All right. So the other thing that I would say to pay attention to is while we pull up our perk tree, if you notice that in Rifleman, I haven't done this yet, but it is my next step. In Rifleman, you see that Sniper, the last perk on at level 26, that too gives you plus 25% accuracy to headshots. So you pair that with the McCready perk, even without this super fantastic, glitch that's working for us right now, you're still gonna get 50% more chance to hit headshots while you're in VATS. I mean, come on. Beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Alright guys, I hope that this video has helped you a whole lot, and if you could just like and subscribe and share this video, that'd be awesome. Shout out to all the people who have been subscribing to me, and thank you for coming to watch me. I hope you have a good day, and as usual, this is Morbid Knight signing out with Paroli Productions, and I will catch all of you post-apocalyptic wanderers on the flip side.